Hello everyone, my name is Mikhail. I am from TXRX research team of Consensus. Today I'm going to send transaction across Eth1 Shard, which is the follow-up to the demo made by Danny Ryan on the Eth1. The transaction I am speaking of is a regular value transfer done via MetaMask. Before we proceed with MetaMask, let me describe the setup that stands behind the scenes. On one side, we have a couple of Catalyst nodes. A Catalyst is an Eth1 engine built on top of Go Ethereum by Guillaume from EF. On the other side, there is Eth2 client that is built on top of Phase 1 simulator by myself. Eth2 client has a built-in support of Eth1 Shard. It interacts with the Eth1 engine via communication protocol. The main commands are to produce and to insert Eth1 blocks. There is no real network stack in Eth2 client. It is simulated instead. That is why the client is connected to both producing and processing Eth1 instances. In our case, the processing instance is a gateway used by MetaMask to send transactions. Okay, let's start. We see a couple of Catalyst nodes initialized with the same Genesis file. Let us start the producer first. Okay, so we see a bunch of command line arguments that makes the setup works. Starting the producer. Now let's start the gateway. The gateway is running. These two nodes are connected with each other and now able to propagate transactions between them. Then let's start Eth2 client. We have like 4,000 validators and 4 shards in this simulation. Also, we specify both processor and producer endpoints here. So we see that it's been initialized and it starts running. Slots are counting, blocks are producing. So, yep, here you can see the interaction with Catalyst. Now let's go to the Catalyst side. So producer produces blocks. You can see, for instance, this block here, and you see that the block with the same hash has been imported by the gateway. Okay, so now when everything is working, we are ready to go to the MetaMask. Here we have a couple of accounts created previously. They're just random. First of all, we need to add a custom network. Let's call it Eth1 Shard. We use pretty common RPC endpoints. This is the endpoint of our gateway node. Let's type the chain ID, which is defined in Genesis that we use in our setup, and just click save. Okay, it works. It's been connected to this network. Now let's unlock an enormous amount of premined ETH by import account with the magic private key. So here we have like a billion of ETH at our service. Okay, so let's send this transaction now. So just pick account number 1, send 32 ETH, next, confirm. Yep, looks like it's been included on chain already. Let's go to Catalyst once again. We see that this transaction has been submitted to the gateway, and then we see that gateway has imported a block that includes this transaction. This block was produced by the producer, and all the interaction between these catalyst nodes and all the block production is driven by Eth2 client. So yeah, it's working. Cool. Let's just send this ETH further to the second account. Let's just use 10 here. Okay. Click next. Confirm. So it's done as well. Cool. It works perfectly, but in order to try it by yourself, you probably don't want to do this sophisticated setup with Genesis and a lot of command line arguments. Instead of this, you may just go to github.com, txrx research, Eth1 Shard demo, and just by cloning this repository, you get a Docker Compose setup that will do the same for you. So let's just stop it now. So Eth2 client has been dropped because of Eth1 engine stopped responding. Go here, cloning this repository. Use Docker Compose utility to up and run it. Yeah, it's been downloading Dockers now. Let's wait for it to be done. Starting. Let's wait for it to get started. There has been a bunch of initializing happening before. Okay, now seems to work. Let's go back to the MetaMask. I'm about to reset my accounts, my account history, so I'll be able to repeat this transaction sending once again. Okay, so let's just do this again. Cool, it's been transferred. Let's send it again further to the second account. Let's send only one ETH. Great, it seems to work perfect. You may use this setup for whatever needs that you have. I would love to see people using this Docker to deploy their first contract to the Eth1 Shard. That'd be great. That's all that I have for today. Before signing out, I would like to say special thanks to my TXRX teammates and mates from Ethereum Foundation who made this prototype happen. Goodbye everyone, and see you soon.